A big misunderstanding that people have when it comes to setting goals is they believe that goals should just come easy, that we'll feel pumped up, we'll feel super motivated all the time, and we'll be able to accomplish our goals. But if you think about New Year's, for example, everyone's pumped up. They're like, I'm going to stop smoking, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to eat healthy. They're doing all these things, and it never fails. I go to the gym pretty regularly, but about 2 to 3 weeks into January, the gym is back to empty again because people lose motivation. And so what I want to share with you today is we cannot hold tight to motivation as the skill or the strategy to get us through accomplishing our goals. We have to learn to replace motivation with discipline if we want to be successful. When I think about the biggest goals that I've accomplished in my life, none of them, not one, did I hold tight to motivation the entire time. I felt pumped up in the moment when I set out to write my very first book and create my first course and start my coaching practice. I felt pumped up in the moment, but motivation wanes. It wanes when you're tired and laying in bed and you don't feel like getting up at 5 a.m. to write your book. It wanes when you thought you were going to get a client that maybe you didn't get. It wanes when you're like, man, I thought this course would be really, really easy because I already know my stuff, but it required a lot of work. Motivation will fade over time. And so if you're basing your goal on when you're going to be motivated, you're not going to be able to accomplish it. If I only wrote when I was motivated, I wouldn't have half of the books, not even probably a third, probably not even a fourth of the books that I've published. If I only created when I felt motivated, I wouldn't have probably any of my programs or have been able to reach any of the clients that I currently work with. And so we have to stop holding tight to motivation as our tool or as our strategy because that will fade. That I can guarantee. But in turn, we have to determine how we can become more disciplined to be able to accomplish our long-term goal. So discipline is going to look different for everybody. Discipline could simply be that you decide that you're working on your goal for the same time every single day, because the neat thing about it is when you make a routine out of it, it becomes a habit, and we're creatures of habit. And so if you start to replace bad habits with good ones, you fall into this regular practice. I know I personally did that when I was writing my very first book. I woke up and wrote every single day at 5 a.m. And for a very long time, it wasn't easy. But now on the flip side of this habit creation process, I look back and I'm like, man, I'm so glad that I did that, because if I don't wake up and write at 5 a.m., I feel out of sorts and I'm trying to figure out how I can, get to it right away because I've made it such a regular practice and a routine and a part of my day. In addition, discipline could look like getting accountability on your journey to reaching your goals. So who can you have in your life that will remind you what it is that you're setting out to do and hold you accountable to it? I know for me, my daughters are sometimes accountability partners for me. I'll say, you know what? I'm trying not to eat sweets. And if I go into the pantry to get a honey bun or some other kind of sweet, they'll say, Mom, remember, you're not trying to eat sweets. But just having that one little, reminder is enough of an accountability tool to remind me to stay disciplined and on track with where I'm trying to go. Discipline could be getting buy-in from those around you. I recently met with somebody who is an avid writer, and this person only writes 2 days a week because they have a lot of other responsibilities on the other days of the week. And so they write on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And so for a long time, when they started writing on Tuesdays and Saturdays, their entire day was focused on writing. And they would tell people, please don't call me, please don't text me, please don't email me. And people would not really respect that. And so they'd still call, they'd still email. And this person got so distracted, and he's like, I couldn't focus. I couldn't get anything done. But he continued to stand firm in his boundary and let people know, like, I need this from you to be able to accomplish my long-term goal of getting my blog up and running. And so now, a year into this regular practice and routine he's created for himself, he now ends his Tuesday and Saturday with 0 text messages, 0 missed calls, very minimal amounts of emails from people because none of his family or friends reach out to him because they have now understood that this is a part of his regular routine, and they've bought in to his success of being able to accomplish his goal. So when you think of your big goal and the big thing that you want to accomplish, I want you to feel motivated. That's great, because motivation is going to give you the momentum to get started. But I want you to think about how you can increase your discipline. What steps can you incorporate in order to be more disciplined? Is it making a regular routine? Is it getting, accountability? Is it getting buy-in from your loved ones? What else can you do to be more disciplined on this journey so that in the long run, you're able to accomplish the goal that you desire to accomplish? Comment below and let me know. Make sure you hit like and subscribe before you go. And until next time, I will chat with you guys later.